100 fire alarm devices. The neighbors ain't gonna even know what hit them with this one. This is going to be the loudest New Year I have ever created. I have more fire alarms set up in this room than I have ever set up before. More than I've ever done for any previous New Year's celebration. There's no doubt that last year's New Year's was pretty crazy. I had 40 different fire alarm devices all set off at the same time to ring in the 2024 New Year, and that was pretty awesome. But this year, I've taken that to the next level. 70 fire alarm bells, plus almost 20 strobes alone. I spent all of last night and all of this morning setting up all of these different fire alarm devices, and let me tell you, that was no easy task connecting all of these bells together. Sitting on my floor is 70 different fire bells. We also have 17 strobes. All of this is going to be set off at exactly 12 o'clock at night on New Year's Eve. Last year was crazy loud, but we're going to once again have the decibel meter set up to see how loud we get this year. Once I do set off this absolutely crazy setup, that's going to be my first time hearing this, as last year we only had 40. This year we have 70 bells, so I've yet to hear that many at once, and even with this, while I did do some limited testing, it was not the full extent, as I only tested each row at a time, and I only did it on 12 volts. Once this actually gets off, this is going to be running on the full 24 volts, so this is going to be pretty loud. But I think before, as we wait for the new year to roll in, we should go over 2024. I firstly want to thank everybody that has supported the channel in the last year by either subscribing, liking the videos, watching the videos, and especially engaging in the comments. I love having comments to reply to and people to talk to, and seeing the engagement of the viewers. It's pretty cool to see how many people out there enjoy the same things that I do. 2024 has brought some pretty impressive numbers. 2024 has brought my channel 5,600,000 new views. You guys have spent 392,000 hours watching my videos. I've gained 14,000 subscribers in the last year, which, considering I'm at 34,000 at the making of this video, that's pretty crazy. Just that much in just the last year, when I've had my channel for several years. I just recorded a clip of me going through all my big videos of the year, and while editing it, not only I realized it was super boring, but it was a super pain to edit to put all the clips in from those, and it was going to take like 20 minutes for me to get through it. So we're no longer doing that. I'm just going to go over some of the highlights of the year, because I had quite some pretty good videos this year. We started off the year with some generator tests at my high school. Those were really fun videos to do. I did a few of those, and where we would shut off the main power, wait for the generator to come on, see how long it took, all that sort of stuff. We had a few power outages videos of the year, going through power outages throughout not only my house but the community. And we can't forget about January, the cold start to the year, where we had sprinkler pipes blowing up at my high school and my old elementary school. Those made some pretty cool videos. We had done all 12 months of the monthly tests in the house and in the garage here. We expanded the house fire alarm system into the shed under the deck. We did a whole bunch of fire drills at different schools. 2024 was my last fire drill I ever did at my high school. We did complete fire alarm upgrades at 3 different schools, 2 elementary schools. We started off the one with the 6500, replaced it Notifier, and we also replaced a EST quick start system at another elementary school. Both of those is where many of these bells came from. We also, in the last year, well, I shouldn't say we, but the school district replaced the fire alarm system at my old middle school, and I made a video of it. When that video was made, I was in college, so I couldn't show the whole process, but I got clips from before and after and a little bit during it and made a video out of it. And speaking of that, this year was a pretty difficult summer for me to have the channel stay successful, which I barely scraped by and managed to keep that going. While I was in college this summer, it was pretty difficult to maintain the upload schedule. For those of you that don't know, this last year was a busy one for me, because this couple months of the summer I spent in college for my first year of electrical, and leading up to it was my graduation of high school. It's just wrapping up grade 12 was a pretty busy time. So It was not the easiest year for making videos, but I got through it, and after I finished college, I took some time off, which I'm actually still taking time off right now. I finished in September because I finished late August and then went on a trip, and I've now been taking some time off, which I actually feel really guilty as I'm not used to having time to myself. And I don't have a job right now, and it doesn't feel right, and I'm not sure if I entirely like it, but at the same time, it's pretty nice. I'm doing this because I've never had any time off before. Ever since grade 6, I've had no time to myself. I've worked every summer. In between school years, I've worked every summer. I've worked every spring break, every Christmas break, and what we call Pro D days when teachers are getting further training and meetings and stuff. I was still working with the school district. They're getting hours or doing it to make these videos, and for the last 6 years I've had no time to myself, so it's kind of nice to have some time finally, and I'm continuing working on the YouTube channel. I just don't currently have a job out in the field. I can't forget my new series of videos I've started recently. As of right now, it's only 3. The first one did really good, the second one not so much, and the third one definitely not so much, which I find surprising because the people that do watch them really enjoy them, and I love making them. They're some of my favorite videos I've ever made, and some of that I'm the most proud of. But that would be the BC Ferries videos, where I make videos of the different ships, and because I need to correlate them to my channel in some way, I usually focus on the fire alarm systems, emergency lighting, life safety systems you see. But in general, just showing the ships and the different ships, different classes of ships, some information about them and the journeys. I've really enjoyed making those videos. As of right now, I've only done 3, so that was pretty fun. I also made a new Instagram account this year, not really so much related to the fire alarm and electrical side of my channel, but just another hobby of mine and interest, that being aviation and photography can really combine together with aviation photography. I enjoy plane spotting and enjoy all things airports, aviation, planes, that sort of thing, and made an Instagram account to show some of the aviation photography I do, plane spotting, air shows, all that sort of thing. So even though it doesn't really get a whole lot of attraction, it's still an interest of mine and was a cool thing that I did this year. That being said, there's probably 100 things I'm missing because it all just crams together in my brain as one memory, not even 2024 alone, but all the years. It's hard for me to remember what was done this year versus years before, and it's really been a quite busy year, combining other interests of mine, post-secondary, as well as finishing up secondary school or high school. It was a busy year, so once again, thank you guys so much for all the support and engagement in the channel this year. But I think with that said, that's enough of me talking. The setup here consists of 24 Edwards 439Ds. We have 32 Edwards MB10-24s or rebranded equivalent. We have 3 simplex bells of these guys, and we have this one Mircom bell. We also have 10 Edwards Durabells and 17 EST integrity strobes, all of which is going to be powered off our SFP 10UD. For those of you curious about current, these first 2 rows of vibrating bells is 2.4 amps, and these 3 rows here are also connected to 1 NAC. That is a total of 1.7 amps, and our 10 Durabells here is 1.5 amps. Each NAC on this panel is limited to 3 amps. In theory, I could have 28 strobes, but I ran out of space, and it was difficult to put them up stepping over the bells, so we ended up with 17 of those. And I did end up adding a couple more devices. I added this integrity horn, one of these blue strobes with a L-series horn strobe, as well as another one on this side. And of course, if you do suffer with strobe-induced epilepsy, don't watch this video any longer. Now that I'm thinking about it, 91 is so close to 100 that it's kind of a shame to stop here. I think we best add some more devices. Okay, I've fixed our issue of not enough fire alarms. I've now added 9 more, so we are now at a grand total of 100 fire alarm devices, so I think that should be enough. Finished off with some system sensor here. We have a whole bunch of Xenon L-Series, 4 of those. We have 2 low-frequency devices, and then we have 4 of the new L-Series LED series of devices. All right, we're 12 minutes out, and we're short a strobe because Davis needed a cup. Are you peeing in there?
Can you imagine?
This is delayed by like 2 seconds, so we'll probably hear fireworks and other stuff go crazy. You know shit's getting real once the door comes open. It always gets a little scary right about now because I don't have enough time to fix anything, and there's a decent chance I screwed something up since I can't test this much stuff beforehand.
This is where I find out.
What is this? Happy New Year's 2025?
Yeah.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Holy shit! Woo! Yo!
Like your heart drops.
I don't think these devices down at this end were running. I feel like these weren't going unless I missed it. Alright, Happy New Year's. I gotta edit this as fast as I can now and get this up before people start complaining. Last year, we hit 125.1 decibels. We didn't beat last year's record.
You hit 140 last year?
It was 125.9.
Oh.
To be fair, the last year I moved it around and held it over the bells. This year I didn't. I left it up here.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it would have gone back off by now. This thing scares me. I'd rather... She's dead.